talk about another game happening this week. Browns versus the Cardinals. Not the same caliber of game as the other two, but we do have a local market to satisfy. So, Browns coming to this game, tough loss to the Seattle Seahawks. They're playing at home for the first time in a few weeks. Josh Dobbs comes to town, who, Cole, I don't know if you heard this or not, but Josh Dobbs did not beat the Baltimore Ravens. It's crazy, right?
Can I talk about something real quick?
Yeah. Yeah, go ahead. Go off.
Rap. Listen, I don't have anything against the Cleveland Browns media members personally. I really don't. I think it's a lot of smart people that are mostly good at their jobs, and I don't have anything against them personally. But I want to look in the camera and I want to say one thing. The media members who were saying Andrew Berry needs to be held accountable for trading Josh Dobbs, who is 1-for-6 as the starting quarterback of the Arizona Cardinals, for a 5th-round pick, are fucking insane. Like, it is the dumbest, it is the absolute dumbest talking point we have ever had as Cleveland Browns fans. So we are honestly complaining about getting a 5th-round pick for a quarterback that has been cut multiple times in his NFL career. Didn't he get cut? Didn't he get cut for like Mason Rudolph or something?
He got cut all the time in Pittsburgh, and he got cut in Cleveland.
Like, dog, it's the dumbest, absolute, just stupidest talking point we have ever had as Cleveland Browns fans. I can't believe there are people who are legitimately upset that Andrew Berry did that. Honestly, one of the smartest things he's ever done. Literally one of the smartest things.
Josh Dobbs hasn't played like more than 5 snaps as the quarterback in Cleveland in the regular season too. Like, that's the thing that gets me. Is like all of this projection is based on literally nothing. Like, Josh Dobbs has never started a game for the Cleveland Browns. What's all this certainty about what Josh Dobbs would or would not have looked like in Cleveland? He's never started. Did he play last year?
He started a game for the Titans last year.
Did he play for the Browns?
No, he never played for the Browns. Never played for the Browns.
I don't even think he was active most of the time. Like,
he wasn't. Like, I don't understand what people got up in arms for. It's just stupid. It's just stupid.
And then the thing about backup quarterback is, dog, our starting quarterback, we don't even know if he's good. How are we supposed to know if we got a good backup or not? Like we try to figure out if Deshaun's good. And we're in the position to figure out if Deshaun's good, because the reality of the position is that quarterback is a very rare resource. If it were easy to have a great backup quarterback, everybody would have a great backup quarterback. But there is a reason why Jake Browning is the backup quarterback in Cincinnati, or not Trevor Lawrence. What's Blaine Gabbert is the backup in Kansas City. There is a reason why Tyler Badgett is backing up, because there just ain't enough quarterbacks. So if you are to your backup, well, one, you got to find out if your starter's good. That's where most teams are at, right? The prized few are in the position of, we know our starter's good, right? That's the 1% of the NFL. If you're not in that 1%, all right, let's find out if our starter's good. If you are in a situation where most of the league has to figure out their starter's good, how do you have this expectation that you're just going to have the greatest backup situation in the world? And Cole, the backup situation ain't even bad. They've been in every game they played in.
They're 2-1 with PJ Walker, and honestly, they should be 3-0.
Yeah.
What are you pining for Josh Dobbs for? It's literally
people are like
the dumbest thing ever.
And the thing that I disagree with too, when people are like, well, it's in spite of PJ Walker. Well, no shit. Whenever your backup quarterback's in the game, you win in spite of your backup quarterback. But if you were winning games because of your backup quarterback, guess what? That brother ain't the backup no more. That brother's starting.
I'm gonna be honest with people. You may not know this. Look in the camera. If Josh Dobbs if he was here in Cleveland still, they'd be winning in spite of him too. He's playing terribly in Arizona. I don't know if you guys know that.
I'll bring you one more. And look, nobody can claim that I wasn't on the truth about Jacoby Brissett earlier than anybody. Remember that, Cole? We should go get Jimmy Garoppolo. We should go get Aaron Rodgers, or we should go get this guy, or we should try to bring back Baker Mayfield to start because we can't possibly go into the season with Jacoby Brissett. And I was like, nah, Jacoby's enough. People thought I was crazy for that.
Top 10 in EPA when he was playing, right? Something like that.
Yeah, something like people thought I was crazy for that. Now those same people who told me I was crazy for wanting Jimmy Garoppolo, not wanting Jimmy Garoppolo and wanting Jacoby Brissett,
want Jacoby Brissett back?
Want Jacoby Brissett back and Josh Dobbs, right? It was a disaster last year to go into that with your quarterback situation. Now we want that as our quarterback situation. One, it's proof that there's nothing that the media in this city loves more than quarterbacks who don't play here no more. This is just proof. Baker Mayfield leaves here, we get sympathy for him. Jacoby Brissett leaves here, well, people were like Jacoby Brissett. But Josh Dobbs leaves here, we was ready to throw the brother out of town. We didn't even want to watch him play preseason football anymore. He shows up in Arizona and we like, I miss him. You don't even have nothing to miss with Josh Dobbs. Like, we got no memories. We got no highlights in the regular season of him. There is nothing to miss.
Listen, we're not being disrespectful to Josh. If somebody watched this that know you, we not being disrespectful. But bro,
he know he ain't got a highlight here.
I don't get it. I don't get it, bro. The Cardinals are 1-6. They probably about to be 1-7. What are we doing? What are we doing?
That brings me to the other point. How could Kevin Stefanski be so unprepared for the backup quarterback situation? The team was 4-2 when people were making these takes. The team has been in a position to win every game they play in. You can say, oh, well, if our quarterback play was better, we probably win. Yeah. Probably need the starter to get healthy. Like, what's the hot take here? What's the hot take? That Deshaun Watson needs to get healthy for the Browns to have a chance to make the playoffs? Oh, wow. Groundbreaking stuff. Andrew Berry should be fired because he wasn't. Like, are we serious? Are we serious right now?
Oh, they make this experience rooting for this team just so much more difficult than it needs to be. Oh,
it is ridiculous.
Josh Dobbs, bro. Josh
Dobbs. We be acting like Baker Mayfield, Bernie Kosar. You would swear that we traded Brett Favre and Kurt Warner the way people talk about these trades.
How many teams has Baker been on since he's left? This is his third team since he's been gone?
Yeah, third team. I think so. I don't know.
Cardinals, Rams, Bucks.
Yeah. Like, let's be real. They got rid of Baker Mayfield because Baker Mayfield was not that good. He has proven to not be that good. It's over. They got rid of Josh Dobbs because he's not that good, and you can get a 5th round pick for him, and you can get somebody like PJ Walker to basically do the same thing, and you still get a 5th round pick. And guess what? PJ Walker done came in, did the same shit Josh Dobbs would have did as a starter. Hung on for dear life. Honestly, probably made a couple throws Josh Dobbs wouldn't have the balls to make. Like, okay. I understand, the Cardinals are scrappy and all that, but don't let production on a bad team fool you. Like, that also gets people fooled. Remember, people thought Terrell Pryor was an NFL wide receiver?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that wasn't true. Like, you could be productive on a bad team. Allen Robinson's whole career, productive on bad teams. Gets the good teams, he ass. Told y'all about that one too. But look, I stand on my L's and I stand on my dubs. It just, the pile for dubs is just higher. You know what I mean? Like, it just is what it is. But yeah, going into this is a game that the Browns have a good chance to win. You have great matchup advantages in this game. I felt like the Browns' run game really got together in this one. A good use of all 3 running backs. And I think that will be important. And honestly, like, more so than the matchup, I want to talk about the path going forward for this Browns team. And I put this on Twitter. I don't know if you retweeted it or not. But I said, basically, I think I was talking to Cody, and I was like, the path going forward was like, if you could get this Seattle win, that'd be a luxury, because then you have a chance to get 6-2. You feel really good about your path forward. But now, okay, you got to win this one. So don't overlook them. Don't be thinking about Baltimore, because you're not beating Baltimore. I don't know why that would be a trap game. You're not winning against Baltimore if PJ Walker walking in there. Okay, like Jacoby Brissett, PJ Walker, Deshaun Watson coming back for the first game off injury. You're not winning that goddamn game. Okay, like,
no chance. No chance. No chance.
So there's no reason you should be sleeping on this one. Sleep on the Baltimore game, because nobody gonna care if you lose that one by 30. We expecting that. But this one right here, you need this, right? Because you get this one, you lose that Baltimore game, whatever. You're 5-3. You'll be 5-4 after that. You play Pittsburgh at home. You should beat them. They might have a backup quarterback. Either way, you done beat them with the backup before in Cleveland. This ain't playing in Pittsburgh. It's not a different world. You can beat them. All right. 6-4. And then let's pull up the rest of the Browns schedule code. Let's pull up their chart. Let's pull up the chart. No, we're not playing the scheduled game. I'm not going to actually predict the record, but we are going to look at their chart, because we are doctors on this show. So after those two games, I think that will be your first check-in with Deshaun Watson. All right. Can he play versus Denver? If he cannot play versus Denver, he's shut down till December 17th when you play the Bears. I think that's a fair assumption. Based on everything we know. He ain't playing these next 3 games. Like,
Are we sure he's not playing these next 3 games?
If he doesn't play this week, he ain't playing the next 2 weeks.
I agree. 100%. You don't, you can't,
you don't need the confusion.
Yeah.
There's no shot you throw him at Baltimore unless you hate him, which, but I don't think it's at that point.
People gonna be tweeting us and
yeah. I don't want to deal with.
I don't
want to deal with quarterback coaches and everything else. The Steelers, I don't think you throw him in against. You don't throw him in his first game against any team that's familiar, because if he's a little bit late, they're gonna jump on it, turn it over, right? So you just want to rock with whatever you can rock with. If that's PJ, DTR, whatever the hell, you got to cobble together for those 3 weeks. You get out of that stretch 2-1, you're good. All right, you get to that Denver game, and while you're getting to that Denver game, you make the determination. A, is Deshaun Watson coming back? If your answer is, yeah, he should be back. All right, you're going to have him do a whole pro day behind the scenes where he throws off platform and make sure he hits the radar targets and whatever the hell you got to do to make sure that he don't throw 5 passes, 2 interceptions, and gets back out there again, and then you got to bench him. So whatever you got to do to make sure that don't happen again, do it. Take your time. I'm not going to be mad if you don't play these next 3 weeks. I care less. You get to the Broncos game, see if he can play. If the answer is yes, he plays. You get the Broncos game, the LA game, and then you play a real team in Jacksonville, but then you got the Bears, and you can warm him up a little bit, right? There's room for a bad game there. If he cannot play that Broncos game, you start to make the move of, hey, after the Steelers game, we putting DTR in. Right? We're going to put DTR in. We're going to prepare that this might go to the end of the season. So DTR in for Broncos, Rams, and then you check in with the Bears. If Deshaun Watson can play against the Bears, that is the last opportunity he has to come back for the season, in my opinion. Because you can't just throw him in week 17 and just try to roll into the playoffs. That Bears game, December 17th, that is the absolute last point where this injury is either healed or it's not. If you have a setback after this date, the season's over for him. Mm-hmm. It's a wrap. So either you can play or you can't. If you cannot play by that Bears game, we're rolling with DTR for the rest of the season, and we're going to take whatever licks we take. Hopefully we get these wins, get to the playoffs, have some fun. It's going to be hell covering this team in the offseason because there will be a controversy. But you will have a season. That's what I think the plan going forward for the Cleveland Browns and Deshaun Watson is. Do you think that they are going to be on a more rush timeline than that, or do you think that this is a fair expectation to set for Browns fans as far as the health of Deshaun Watson and when we should expect him to play or not?
So I went into yesterday thinking this: if they won that Seahawks game and they beat the Cardinals back to back, if they got to 6-2, I was going to say, okay, there's absolutely no reason for him to play in Baltimore or play at home against Pittsburgh. No point. Because even if you drop both of those games, you're 6-4, you still have everything ahead of you. You're fine. So there's no reason to watch something like that. If they would have pulled it off yesterday, I was like, okay, they've bought themselves more time for him to get ready for that last stretch of the season where you play a bunch of bad teams, or let me just say a bunch of teams you should beat, and you bring him in then, hopefully you handle your business, you get to the playoffs, everything's fine. They lost that game. So what my fear is, they're going to feel like, okay, look, we got to start getting him ready now.
Who, DTR or Deshaun?
Deshaun. There's a part of me that feels like they're gonna try to see if he can play this week, because if you're trying to like get him back in, get him reps, get him ready, if he can't play this game, you can't play him the next two games. Like
if he goes on IR, that means he's out this week, next week, the week after in Denver, right?
Yes. I don't think IR is on the table anymore. Well,
Pam said it is.
Pam did say it is, but I don't think they're going to IR. I don't think they're going to IR.
I would say IR is on the table just because if he doesn't, like if you get to Chicago, he cannot play, or if you get to a point in the season to where your odds of making anything out of it are less than optimal, he'll go on IR. Like if let's say if they lose to Arizona, lose to Baltimore, lose to Pittsburgh, lose to Denver, I promise you the brother gonna be on IR by the week of the LA Rams game.
Yeah, we're done. We're done.
Yeah, so I think that's what it was meant by like IR isn't off the table. But as long as they're competitive, he's not gonna be on IR.
Nah.
Unless they get the feeling. Yeah. Now they beat the Cardinals. They have the room. Okay. You just got to split one of those two, but they have to win this Cardinals game. And I hope they understand that. They have to win this Cardinals game.
You have to win the Cardinals game.
Yeah. Can't mess around. Defense. Okay.
No, Miles got to have like 4 sacks that game.
No, this is a game where I don't care what the offense does. Defense, you can't let them score more than like 17. Like, nah. We not letting Josh Dobbs go off for 40 on us. Like, nah. I'm not about to hear these people on sports talk media talk about how, look at what he did versus us and all that. Because we love a misery story in this city. Nah. I'm going to need Miles to shut that one down. I'm going to need 3 strip sacks. Like, I would need him to make Josh Dobbs. It ain't personal, brother. But I'm going to need him to have a miserable day.
Honestly, at this point, Josh, it might be personal.
It ain't your fault.
It's not your fault, but it might be personal.
You didn't do this.
we just got to prove a point at this point.
You didn't do this.
It's got to prove a point.
It wasn't your fault.
You remember how they played? Remember how they played week 1 last year against Baker?
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
Josh might be getting some of that.
Yeah. Hey, look, Joe Woods had a shutdown defense for 3 quarters. Hey, it better not look like that. They better not give up 3 touchdowns at the end of the game. Like, nah. I'm talking about it should be hell. All right. Joe Burrow, 85 yards, hell. That should be the
what they did to Justin Fields his rookie year?
Yeah, no doubt. Leave no doubt. Like, nah. Do this for your boy. All right, they've been disrespecting your boy PJ. Y'all need to make sure y'all ain't gonna leave no room for respect. Have your boys back, defense. Have your boys back because he bailed you out against Indy. All right, so have your boys back.
You said they owe him one.
They owe him one. Hey, no, they even. To be honest, like.
Oh, what the 49ers game?
No. I'm talking about the Seahawks game.
Oh.
They even. Well, honestly, they not, because it's not like the defense got him back. They just was like, nah, we defaulting on this loan too. So they both went bankrupt. So I guess they still owe him money. But yeah, they owe him one. Yeah. Long story short, they owe him one. You know what I mean? If they would have got that stop, held it to a field goal, hey, PJ would have owed no money no more. But nah, y'all owe PJ some money. No interest. You know what I mean? But y'all still owe the brother money.
Cash. Just some cash.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Y'all owe that brother some money, and you owe it to him next week to show up.